Assalamualaikum and a very good morning. My name is Muhammad Adam bin Musrafi. I'm from Faculty Applied Science. My student ID is 2022482356 and I'm from group 84AS120118. Today, I want to talk about thermochemistry. What is thermochemistry? Thermochemistry is the study of energy released or absorbed during the chemical reaction. My content is about the energy changes in chemical reaction. And the topic that we cover are exothermic reaction, endothermic reaction, and application of exothermic and endothermic reactions. Now, I'm gonna explain about the exothermic reaction. What is exothermic reaction? Exothermic reaction is a reaction that releases energy in the form of heat or light. Next, how do we express exothermic reaction in chemical equation? There are two ways to express the exothermic reaction in chemical equation. First, inside the reaction, we will use 2H2 plus O2 will produce 2H2O plus 483.6 kJ. Next, the second expression is outside the reaction. We will use 2H2 plus O2 will produce 2H2O. The heat release is minus 483.6 kJ per mole of O2. Why do we have to use the negative symbol? It is because the exothermic reaction will release heat. Therefore, we will use the negative symbol to symbolize the heat release. This is the example of exothermic reaction energy level diagram. This energy level diagram is used to measure the change in energy. For an exothermic reaction, since the dissipated energy is always higher, this quantity has a negative value. Now, I want to show you the example of the exothermic reaction. We have firing a firecracker. Why firing a firecracker undergoes exothermic reaction? It is because when you light up the firecracker, it will produce heat and light. Same goes to lighting of candle, lighting of bulb, and burning of fuels. The other example of exothermic reaction is the fission of uranium-235. This undergoes exothermic reaction because when the fission happens, it releases energy in the form of heat and gamma rays. What is the importance of learning the concept of exothermic reaction? Understanding this reaction will help the student to identify the distinguishable characteristics exhibited by the different components that are responsible for giving birth to a particular reaction. Now, we are entering the topic of endothermic reaction. What is endothermic reaction? Endothermic reaction is a reaction that requires external energy to proceed. This is the energy level diagram for endothermic reaction. For endothermic reaction, since the dissipated energy is always lower, this quantity is always positive value. These are the example of the endothermic reaction: photosynthesis, ammonium chloride, conversion of ice, and cooking an egg. Conversion of ice undergoes endothermic reaction because it will absorb the heat from the surrounding and it will melt down. These are the facts that I found for endothermic reaction. The first fact is more energy is taken from breaking bonds in an endothermic reaction than is released to create them. So, The reaction proceeds with a net energy absorption. The second fact is endothermic reaction compounds have stored or potential chemical energy in their bonds, which may spontaneously be released in an explosion. Now, I want to talk about the difference between the endothermic and exothermic reaction. The major difference between the endothermic and exothermic reaction is the endothermic reaction will absorb the heat from the surrounding, but the exothermic reaction will release heat to the surrounding. These are the application of exothermic and endothermic reactions. First, we have cold bed, who undergoes endothermic reaction. Next, we have hot bed, who undergoes the exothermic reaction.